If you think progressivism didn't come to Texas ever at all and you never hear of it again, please raise your hand or stand up. If you don't like voting in my things, please raise your hand. The effort of giving women the right to vote is brought up to the fore at this particular moment and becomes a major issue. The other thing that Ferguson promises is to help rural schools. Okay, we talked about around 1900 how the increase of urbanization gave a monetary advantage to people who wanted to put their children in school in the cities. They could congregate more resources. You had more people who could share the burden. And so in Texas schools, in urban places, you can afford $8 per student. In rural places, you can only afford $5 per student. The Constitution of 1876 had prohibited the state to invest in public education. But James Ferguson comes out and says, yeah, that's not right. What we need to do is invest in public education, particularly for rural schools. And so he promised to secure $1 million of state funding for public schools in Texas, particularly those in the country in rural environments. He said we should afford as much schooling as we can possibly manage for our youngsters, especially those on the farm. They coming in and actively regulating how much a landowner can charge tenants on his land by putting a cap, essentially, on all of this. How does that sound to Texas farmers? If you're a tenant farmer, it sounds pretty fantastic, doesn't it?